we break down to some of the core lessons from our amazing book that we are breaking it down, Creative Mind and Success. So we will be looking at a couple of lessons again from that book. And today, the first point I want us to talk about is the power in learning to love everybody. Yes, one important thing about successful people is that they have learned to love everybody and don't confuse love between the difference between love and trust. Because if you have not done this, or you don't have this open mind and this open heart where you can love human beings, it means that you're going to lose a lot of blessings and a lot of opportunities. Why? Because you will be judging people based on your intentions, and you're going to lose opportunities. There is always more good people than bad people. That should be a belief. Because somebody treated you bad, it should not be that everybody's bad. I made an article, I don't know, I shared in the group, but I read an article how you can be in a position, right? It was because of one of my friends was talking to me. He's a very genuine guy. I know him personally. He's good. He's committed. All of that. So there's this lady that he has seen, and he's so much wants to ask a girl out and fall in love with the girl and then marry the girl. Blah blah blah. He has been asking the girl out for a while, and the girl seems to think that the guy is too good to be true. The girl thinks that the guy is he's like me. He's very principled, very straightforward. There are things that if they're not, he doesn't do it. So the girl thinks that this is the girl not talking to the friend, to the girlfriend, to, like girls who was talking about who's asking them out kind of stuff. And the girl now thinks that the guy will still reveal his true self. Like, for example, the guy that he learned that from me. We became close friends like 2 years ago. So he doesn't drink. And one girl boldly told me that if a man that doesn't drink alcohol and doesn't womanize, then there's something evil is in the secret that is not in the open. That girl boldly told me, right? So, and that's what this same girl thinks. That no, this is possible to see a man who's not a drunk, he doesn't drink, he doesn't womanize anyhow, he doesn't go to club, he doesn't do that. And that's what this my friend is. So to her, this guy is too good to be true. It's not possible. Why? Because possibly of her experiences of how other guys have messed up her heart or messed up relationships. So she no longer believes in goodness in men, for example, right? And the same vice versa for ladies. You see, there are some guys that I have a friend, my high school close friend, but he no longer believes that there is good in women. Like seriously, he doesn't believe that. You see, so when some things happen, if we are not careful, you can use one thing and generalize and start believing that there are more bad people in the universe than more good people, and that reduces your chances of success. Why? Why? Because there's no day again that God will leave heaven and come down to encounter men. It's never going to happen. God will only use men to lift men. So if you don't have that atmosphere that believes that there is goodness, I mean, there's a way you walk around. If you have a bad atmosphere that doesn't believe in good people, you will never attract good people. That's why there's some people that enter a place. It's like every opportunity in that place comes to them. They are so open, they are so sweet spirited, and they just connect with when other people like them, they endorse them. It's the kind of atmosphere that you carry around you. You understand? So but if you carry the atmosphere that everybody around you is a suspect, everybody around you is bad, everybody around you doesn't treat you right and all of that, you will never tap of the good of the land, because the good of the land is in people. Start having that free spirited, because one person treating you bad, even 10 people treating you bad, doesn't mean that 7 billion people are bad. Doesn't mean that 25 million Cameroonians are bad. Let it go. Let it go. Right? And that's why the writer said that I'm seeing good tends to bring good back to you. Love is the greatest healing and drawing power on earth. Yes, it draws goodness to you. When you have this open spirit, when you see when you just love people, stop treating people according to class, according to status. Just love them first. Humanness should come first. Kindness should come to you first before who they are in the society. You understand? It should come first before who they are in the society. Like here in this group, I basically don't know whether who is wealthy and who is struggling in life. I believe everybody is a success. I don't need to know your bank account. I don't need to. Everybody paid. When the fee was 5,000 francs, everybody paid 5,000 francs. When the fee was 10,000, it's now 10,000 francs. Everybody who was joining the last 1 month or so paid 10,000 francs. Everybody's treated the same, with the same love, with the same commitment, with the same hard work, with the same smile. If it was physical, I respond especially to everybody as you come. That is it. So if you are that kind of person that you already have this bad attitude towards people or this bad thoughts towards people, because thoughts are part of what rebuild the atmosphere around you, please start repenting. Start believing that good people still exist. Start believing that there are people who will help you without asking for anything back. You see, like there are many times that in one last I was traveling and this girl was stranded. I was coming from Boya and stuff. Yes, so we pick her in Tico. That girl really has faith. I really respect her for her faith. The big girl, you know, she left here at Bonaberi, went to Tico to collect books. So her transport, she didn't have enough money for transport to come back. So her belief was that she'll go collect her textbooks, books for school and so on from her uncle's house. Then her uncle is supposed to give her money to come back as transport. So she went, she found the books. Her uncle kept the books and forgot to get transport. The uncle left emergency and left the house of emergency. I didn't keep transport. So now she was stranded. She could not stay with her uncle because she didn't know when the uncle was going to come back. So what happened? She came by the roadside and she had just 800 francs and she took her bus to her, how do they call it? Yes, the car that was inside. And while we were going down, she whispered to me that she doesn't have a full transport. I was like, so I now asked her, so you left the water to tickle and to go back. You didn't calculate the transport. She now gave the complaint that the plan was that her uncle was supposed to pay back. And she's begging just for, I think, how much, I like to think what the customs charge when you pay full 6 or double 6, all of that. So we did that. And she said, and I said, okay, fine. I didn't respond anything. So my trap was, here's my plan. My plan was in my secret plan. So I didn't respond to what I'm going to give her balance of the money to pay. I'm going to give her the additional money to pay back her transport or not. But I just made in my heart that when we drop, I'm going to ask her to show me the books. That's the only proof that I can really believe in her story. Even if she doesn't, even if she's lying, just the fact that she's a student, I will happily help her. And my plan was that if I actually see the books that she went to collect, I'm going to pay all her transport. So with that happened, and when the car stopped to drop me, I now asked the driver, please permit me, let me see what this girl is carrying behind. And she opened the bag. I saw 2 cartons of textbook that she was carrying, and she said she lives with a grandmother. And I was like, okay, fine, just go. I'm gonna pay for you. So in her mind, it was, I didn't ask her name because it's not necessary. I didn't ask whatever. So she was like, when I paid and I just left, so I just said, fine, go, I'll pay for you. I was always in a haste to catch up with a training somewhere in Anseru in Bonaberi. I didn't have time to chit chat with her. Fine, go, I'll pay for you. And then I was going, she rushed and said, just like that. I'm like, sorry, what do you mean? You just paid like that. You didn't bother to ask my name or get my number, all of that. So there's no need of me. It was not necessary, right? So people still believe, many people believe that, nobody can just help people like that, example. And that is because of the experiences they have gone through. Maybe they were genuinely in need of something and they asked maybe 5, 10 people and they remained stranded and no human being was able to stand up for them. And maybe that happened a couple of times. They started believing that there is no longer any good in the world. Good people no longer exist. And when you do that, it automatically affects your atmosphere and the kind of people that you attract to you. I'm taking time on this because I have taught you guys somewhere about the power of circles. I've taught you guys severally. It's very important. Apart from your inner circle, there's that outer circle that you have around you. And the kind of spirit, the kind of heart, the kind of thoughts about human beings will determine the kind of people that will run towards you, that will attract you. That's why you sometimes sit somewhere, somebody just smile at you. You don't even know why they smile. There's a power controlling that smile, whether I like it or not. There's a power controlling that. So be very intentional about that. That's why the guy said that it is the very reason for our being, and that explains why it is that people should have something or somebody to love. Yes, the universal principle. Have the kind of love you have for your career, the kind of love you have for your business, the kind of love you have for people affects the kind of success you have. The life that has not loved has not lived. It is still there. Yes. The life that has not loved, you have not sincerely loved the best friend. You have not sincerely loved your spouse. You have not sincerely loved your parents. You have not sincerely loved your siblings. You have not sincerely loved your career. You have not sincerely loved your business. You see, you have not sincerely loved what you do. You have not started living at all. You need to push out love in the universe. Start loving sincerely the things that you do. It contributes to your success environment. That's why it says that love is the main impulse of creation. The man who does not have it as the greatest incentive in his life has never developed the real creative instinct. Yes, there's a way that when you love something, your creative instinct towards that thing is different. That is why a mother, if you see the things that a mother can do to demonstrate their care and love for a child, you see it's always different. Mothers can be very creative when it comes to taking care of their, for example, parents, kids, children, for example. When it comes to wives, I like to analyze a lot of things. My friends that have wives, the wives that love them, like massively love them, the way they are creative to take care of them. Most of my friends are as creative with work like me. So the way they are creative at taking care of them is different. Meanwhile, I have another friend that I don't know how to describe their marriage, but I think it has question marks, and the head of state should know about that. But there are two different things, right? What I'm trying to say, they're like, I don't really try to understand. The guy is always having headaches, unnecessary headaches. But there's this guy that, in that kind of work, you can work till 10 p.m. and you don't want to go home because you love the work. But when you're in between two things that you love, you get to be confused. Like, should I go home? Should I stay here? Kind of stuff. But my other friends who have very good wives that really love them, they're super creative in the way they serve, right? They create stuff, they create an environment that they already know that, okay, this guy is always stressed, always doing this, doing that, all of that. They create innovative things around to make sure that they give a good atmosphere that they need. No one can swing into the universal without love. No one can swing into the universal law of success without love. For the whole universe, it's based upon it. The whole universe is created and governed by the principle of love. And that's why even the Bible says God is love. The man who cannot control his thought, that's the next lesson from this. The man who cannot control his thought can have. The man who can control his thought can have and do what he wishes to have and to do. Everything is his for the asking. Yes, when you have the right thought, when you have the right mindset, everything is yours for the asking. You boldly ask for the open doors you deserve. You boldly ask for the success that they are looking at. You see, he must remember that whatever he gets is his to use, but not his to hold. Yes, that's one thing you need to know about life. Whatever you get is for you to use, not for you to hold. That is why really in business, cash, keeping money for long is not an asset. It is cash flow that makes you wealthy. It is not keeping cash that makes you wealthy. No, it is the movement of money through valuable activities, or what you can call investments, that makes you wealthy. You cannot keep things. things are not for you to hold. You cannot keep time. It's for you to make good use of your time. You cannot just keep people. It's for you to make good use of people in a loving way. That's why like not a mentee per se, but somebody who just respects me. Few months back, she told me she's getting married in December, and then um, she sent me something. I was talking to her, I wanted her to help me do something, and she now said she went for vacation. And I just made a quote with potential hobby. That's what I asked. And then she was like, I pulled off the wedding. I was like, okay. So what happened? It may sound basic, but actually I agree with her. Why she, I don't know if she dumped the girl, she called off the wedding, but one of the two happened. So here's her complaint, which I think is legit with my kind of personality. Some of you may not agree, but I agree with her. So her complaint was, she complained to the guy that her business is crumbling, her business is struggling. So all the guy said was, don't worry, I'll take care of you. Now, this is something that reads from me every day too. So with her kind of mindset, that doesn't sound right, first of all. So to her, she's like, I want to read exactly what she wrote. I want to read exactly what she wrote. And hold on, please. I want to read exactly her words so you see the power of this. What's her name again? Okay, now I want to read exactly what she wrote. So you see the power of making sure that you are with people, or you're dating or marrying somebody that can stretch you forward, that can push you forward. You may not end up marrying that person, but I was telling one of my friends that even though you don't like this girl, like, see, make sure that how you stretch her, let the guy who is coming to date her the next step after you, let the guy wear his trouser very well. Let this girl stand up be double after meeting you. Right? I was just talking to her because I don't know whatever happened. I've forgotten why I was giving that particular advice. So so the girl said, I told him that my business is crumbling. And he said, there's no problem, I can take care of you. And then again, I said, I am nothing without my purpose. Anything comes between that is not entertained, blah, blah, blah. So she now continues. So it's all good. This when I asked her, so how is their business? Actually, their business had nothing to do. She just wanted to see how the man will respond. You see, she doesn't want a man that will take her and keep her as a wife. You see, you don't keep things. Things are not for you to hold. They're for you to use and make good use of it. I mean, exploit for the right reasons, for amplify the potentials of that. Then she said, I just wanted, I just wanted, I just wanted to know who I am with. That was why she did that. That was the first reason. He has no idea of business support. So the guy doesn't know how to support her in her business. So the guy now was like, he just wants to sleep. The girl was like, I need a business partner. I need encouragement. I need an inspiration. I need a reason to work hard. I need a happy ever after, not a boring one. These are words I'm reading, right? So she doesn't need somebody to take her and keep or take her and hold for a house furniture, in quotes. But she needs somebody who's going to use her, stretch her, and push her forward, right? So, as I always tell most of my staff are female. I always tell them, if you bring one year boy here getting married, I will scatter that marriage. I will put that asunder before it even happens, right? And mentees know if 1 year guy is dating, I think two of my mentees dumped their last boyfriend. Very straightforward. If it's not stretching you, if it's not challenging, if it's not assisting you, it's gonna end. If you are not to be held, you are too big to be held like a furniture. He needs to stretch you. He needs to push you forward. He needs to inspire you. He needs to encourage you. He needs to support you in your career and business. He needs to tell you, hey, go apply for. You're dating an unemployed girl and you cannot tell her to go apply for something. You're dating an entrepreneur, a lady, you see a training, you cannot copy and say, hey, I need to attend this training. I'm paying 50% of your fee. Pay the rest and go attend. Then what the hell are you dating? You're not dating a human being, trust me. You get a point. You're dating a spiritual husband, a potential spiritual husband. So Yes, let's continue. I don't know what led to that, but so okay, so I was saying that remember that whatever you get is for you to use, not for you to hold. Don't do that. Okay, you are not to be held, especially for ladies. Guys, same for you too. You also need a lady that can stretch you, that can ask you how far, what's up, what's happening. You see, creation. Okay, listen to this to amplify what we're talking about. That creation is always flowing by, and we have as much of it as we can take and use. You are creation. You are one of God's finest creation. So you're always in a state of flow. You're always in a state of flow. You see? So you're always flowing by. And that's why you should be ashamed of yourself if a day passes by, you are the same. Mentally, career-wise, business-wise, you have not stretched yourself. You should be worried about that. Your creation, you're always flowing to the next level. Like I always say something, what's today? Today is Wednesday. I always say that if you enter tomorrow, Thursday, the same person you are today, you are a disappointment to Friday. You should always be in a state of flow, in a state of growth, in a state of movement, productive movement. You see? So as we do this, we shall find that things are steadily coming our way. Yes, when you do these right things will start coming your way. The next point, the next lesson is that um, now, just because we are depending upon the divine mind, we must not think that we do not have to do our share. Yes. So, because we know that the mind is powerful, God is powerful, it doesn't mean that you will not do your part of the work. God will work through us if we let Him. But we must act in the outer as though we are sure of ourselves. Yes, the action, you need to take actions with so much confidence, with so much power, with so much belief that's going to work. Take the action in your ecosystem, believing that God's own ecosystem is designed to back you as long as you take actions in the right direction. Our part is to believe and then to act in faith. That's the part that is expected of your own ecosystem. As you set out today, know this. Your path is for you to believe that you are a success, is for you to believe that you have all you need to succeed released to you by God's own ecosystem, and it's your part for you to act, take actions in faith. Take actions in faith. Believe and take actions in faith. So since God can do for us only by doing through us, never forget this. God on his own is powerless. Yes, we also that God is all powerful. Very true. But when it comes to God helping you and I, if we don't do our part, God is powerless to help you. If you don't take that action, God is helpless. God is like, I feel like God will look at the prayer like, look at this one. I'm willing to bless the works of this one. But this one has no works. So how can I ever help this one? Then God will just leave you and your village people, and focus on those who are ready. You see? That's what God, that's how I always see that God deals with people. God's like, look at this one. I'm willing to bless this one. But 4 a.m., he's snoring. 5 a.m., he's snoring. 6 a.m., he's in the bed and doing WhatsApping and chatting, hi, babe, what's up? Having like 6 babes that he's asking, hi, babe, good morning. And then God is like, so how do I bless this one who can only do hi, babe in the morning and then go brush and wear cheleps on the veranda? You get the point? It doesn't work like that. So since God can do for us only by doing through us, never forget this. Nothing can be done for us unless we are positively receptive in thoughts and action. Nothing, God, nothing, no matter how powerful, omniscience, omnipresent, every omni, God will never ever do anything for us unless you and I are receptive in thoughts and in actions. Just the ability of you getting up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., that is you being receptive of what God can do for you. You taking the first step to leave and go to work, that is you being receptive. You going to your business site, you moving from office to office, door to door, and trying to make sales, that is you being receptive. And you are not permitted to give up on that. You see? So You need to come to a level whereby you are so sure that you will not look unhappy. You will not be a failure. You know that it is going to happen. You know that you're going to succeed. You know that this is going to work for you. You see? So man's word spoken forth into creative mind is endowed with power of expression. Yes, your words, when you speak words to yourself, when you speak words to your business, when you speak words to your career, it is endowed with the power of expression. That's why actually in church, for those who are Christians and spiritual, rooted spiritually, one of the best things in church are prophetic declarations, not really prophecy. That people like men of God, I give numbers. I know a number, you live here. It's good though. It's good for people who need it. But you see prophetic declaration, or like you needing that your father praying for you or your mom praying for you. It's very powerful. Or like asking somebody you respect who is not as spiritual to declare for you. You just like this. I think one few of you have done that. I've never asked that, but many of you have done that technically, like just say that you ask, please pray for me. In that, you ask me to declare some things into you. Apart from that, you need to do your part, because you believe yourself more also, right? Speak into your career, speak the things you want to see happen. Now, I was sharing that one time. I don't know what led us to do that, but it was just the Holy Spirit per se. 2015, I was telling you, we used to go to church every Tuesday, uh, um, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., and we just pray and declare into the careers we want to see manifest, to the companies we want to see manifest. That is very powerful. Spoken word, a man's word, spoken forth into creative mind is endowed with the power of divine expression. By our words, we are justified. By our words, we are condemned. So you need to choose. Either your word is justifying you for success or your words are condemning your success. Our word has the exact amount of power that we put into it. That means a kind of consciousness, of course. So you cannot be speaking what good words and your mind is dirty, your mind is horrible, you have negative mind, you need to be conscious. Whatever you say with your mouth, there should be an intentional spiritual consciousness of what you're saying that it works. You see, this does not mean power through effort or strain, but power through absolute conviction or faith. Yes, there's a place for power through strength, power through effort, but there's also the place of power through absolute conviction. Yes, conviction has power, faith has power. There's the power of effort. Like, for example, you leaving your house and going to work, that's effort. But you having this conviction that your business is going to make it big time today, you're going to be so good at work that your boss is going to recognize the work that you do, or the things that you create at work is so excellent. That is it. Very, very powerful. You see? So to conclude, we speak into our words the words of intelligence, which are backed by the greater intelligence of God. Our words become law unto the thing for which it is spoken. Very powerful. Further this again, your words are intelligence, actually. Your words are intelligence. And most importantly, your words, when spoken the right way, are backed by God's own greater intelligence. And our words, what does that mean? The right words that are backed by God's own power or God's own intelligence, they become law. Law unto what? Law unto the thing for which it is spoken for or towards. Law unto the thing for which it is spoken. Let's say that a thing can become your career, your business, spouse, your children, your siblings, whatever. You see, there is that power that happen. So that is it for today, people. And thank you so much. We have extended today to cover some of these key things. Okay. People have to go to work, so people want to leave can leave. And have a great day ahead for those who want to leave and prepare. And also people are workers need to get ready for work and go on. Go to your business site. For those who can still stay till 6 a.m. exactly, you can stay. And of course, it's just discussion, as you know. So